I am 54 years old and I have been active almost my entire life. Not just, casually active, I mean really active. I've done martial arts for years. I trained in kickboxing. I spent time, freediving, holding my breath underwater, pushing my limits. I went spearfishing. I've always enjoyed challenging my body, testing what it can do, and staying in motion. Because of that, people usually assume I must be perfectly healthy. But the truth is, health is not always that simple. I never had any major health problems, no serious illnesses, no hospitalizations, nothing dramatic. But every time I had a blood test, there were always one or two values slightly off. Not dangerous, but never perfect either. Two things have followed me for decades. The first one is cholesterol. Since I was very young, my total cholesterol has always been above 200. No matter what I did, exercise, diet, lifestyle changes, etc., it never really dropped into the ideal range. But here is the interesting part. My good cholesterol, HDL, has always been high too. Always strong, always in a good place. I remember one doctor telling me something that stuck with me. He said some cholesterol patterns are genetic. You can do everything right and still have higher numbers. And that doesn't always mean something is wrong. That changed how I see things at the moment. We often think numbers define our health completely, but sometimes your body has its own baseline, its own balance, and you have to understand it instead of fighting it, blindly. The second thing is my blood sugar. For more than 30 years, my HbA1c is hard to pronounce exactly. Level has stayed around 5.8%. If you know what that means, is it sits right on the edge, what they call prediabetic level. Not diabetic, not normal either. And the strange thing is, it never really changed. Decades passed, different phases of life, different diets, different routines, but that number stayed almost exactly the same. So I started to accept that maybe this is just how my body works, Then in the last couple of years, something small changed in my daily habits. I started snacking more. And that snack was walnuts. Now, to be honest, I wasn't always a fan of walnuts. I actually preferred peanuts, I loved peanuts. The taste, the crunch, much more enjoyable for me. I also loved peanut butter, But for some reason, I started eating walnuts more often. Maybe curiosity, maybe something I read, maybe just trying something different. At first, it was just a small habit, nothing serious. But over time, I started to actually enjoy them. And then I noticed something. Again, this is not a medical advice. I am not a doctor. I am only talking about my personal experience, how my body reacted, how it works for me. But I felt different. Walnuts are known to help reduce bad cholesterol and support good cholesterol levels. They are also said, to help balance blood sugar, improve sleep, and even increase overall energy and drive. Whether all of this is scientifically perfect or not, I can't say for sure. But I can say this, I felt really more stable. My hunger felt more controlled, which I had no problem doing all my life, but I felt better. My energy didn't spike and crash, which sometimes happened. And strangely, my sleep became deeper. Nothing dramatic, no miracle transformation, just small, steady improvements. As a male, I also feel some performance increase, higher drive, let's say. As a male, you will understand what I mean. Here's what I do now. I usually stay hungry for at least 12 hours a day. You can call it intermittent fasting, but for me it's just a natural routine. I do this fasting thing almost more than 15 years. It's my daily routine now. It's not related with eating walnuts. During my eating window, I keep things simple, and when I snack, I eat about 3 to 5 whole nuts in the first section. Totally, in one day, I eat about 10 to 15 walnuts, I think. That's it. Not a big portions, not a bag. For your reference, 2 halves of walnuts became 1 whole walnut. So it's around 30 to 35 calories. So even 3 to 5 walnuts is not a huge calorie load, but it's enough to feel satisfied. You can eat 10 to 20 walnuts in a day, I think, if you are active like me. Since I walk every day and I spin bicycle, spinning bicycle at home every day, every other day, I can eat to 20 walnuts every day. It's not a problem for me, but you have to find your own number. You have to find your own calorie limits, and it's not always eating more. It's about eating smarter and understanding your body. At 54, I don't chase perfection anymore, as you tell. I don't try to force my numbers into ideal range at any cost. Instead, I observe. I listen to my body, I notice patterns, I make small adjustments. And I accept that not everything needs to be fixed. Some things are just you, your genetics, your baseline, your natural state. Walnuts didn't change my life overnight, Do not expect a miracle in one day. It takes time, but it takes a small amount of time. in a couple of days you start to feel difference because your blood levels change. When your blood levels change, you start to feel the difference. So this is not advice, this is just my experience. Maybe it works for you, maybe it doesn't. And the peanuts known to be allergic to some people. I don't know if walnuts have that kind of issue. Please ask your doctor before starting such a diet. Maybe you are allergic. I don't know. You have to ask. Pay attention to your body, your own body, because no test result, no chart, no guideline, knows you better than you. Thanks for watching. Have a nice one.